we are all a source of happiness and joy if we are associated with the actual I that we are. We are the source of all miseries and tragedies if we are associated with the virtual I that we are. There are two I's. Check the spelling. Two I's, I don't mean E-Y-E-S. Two I's. One is small I. In our UP we don't have small, we have got I small. So small I, and the other is the big I. The big I is the source of all joy, and the small I is the source of all miseries. And we have an option. Select an option. Total freedom given. What do you want to present yourself in this world? The actual I or the virtual I? Actual I is. Virtual I appears. And what is the difference between the actual I and the virtual I? Now, those who do not know the computers, they will get confused. And those who know, they are already confused. See, the virtual I is that which is not but appears. For example, there was an office where two computers were to be shifted from one room to another room. So two persons were told. One was an old computer for that particular organization, and other was newly installed. So when this work was to be done, so two servants were told. The new computer was immediately shifted by one servant. The other one was not done. So he was, hey, why don't you do it? Yours was a new computer, no data in that. Mine was an old computer, lot of data, therefore it's very heavy. See? As we laughed on this statement, so is the cause of laughter when you, the source of joy and happiness, say, I am miserable, bluff. Friends, in this world, nobody is miserable. Those who say they are miserable, try to be miserable all the time. Impossible, even if you are married. Isn't it? You know that this world is divided into two parts, the married people and the happy people. There is no third classification. So, it is impossible because that is only virtual. But it is possible that we can be all the time in a happy mood. It is possible. Now the question is, what is that which reduces the absolute bliss into the relative blisters? Who is the virtual I? The virtual I is the one who is seeking happiness. Actual I is the one who is giving happiness. The day you stop seeking happiness, there you are. This is the simplest method. And for that, we have to know basic data. Now, we will find out from our scriptures. Our personality is constituted of two components. One is Prakriti, called as matter. Second is Purusha, called as consciousness. Prakriti is that where Vikruti is normal. And Purusha is that where Vikruti cannot touch. Therefore, this month is called as Purushottama Mas, isn't it? There is no Uttam Prakriti, there is but Uttam Purusha. And that Uttam Purusha, according to our Sanskrit grammar, is the absolute I. Now what happens? Like in Patanjali Yoga Darshan, if you study, there they talk about 5 qualities of the human mind. And all the attention is focused on controlling the qualitative aspect of the mind without touching the consciousness which is illuminating the mind. Which are those 5 aspects? These are technical terms, I'll tell in the same words and you will understand because I know you are intelligent. First is mood. Let us start the other way. First is kshipta, second is mood, third is vikshipta, fourth is ekagra, and fifth is niruddha. These are the 5 stages. First is kshipta. Kshipta means what? Our mind is unnecessarily running here and there by default. As we have pops coming up on the monitor, isn't it? The moment you start your Internet Explorer, other than your website, everything comes. The pops are so powerful. Actually, it should be called as pops, not pops, isn't it? All of them come simultaneously. In the same manner, there is no reason for us to get involved in this world. There is no reason. But the pops keep on coming. And what are the pops? About everything in this world, we have a comment. About everything in this world, we have an opinion. About everything in this world, we have an advice. About everything in this world, we have a suggestion to be offered. About everything in this world, we are ready to take decision. About everything in this world, we know everything except our own job. Typical Indian. And this is how we have created a situation where we are all the time persecuted, not by any external agency, but our own mind. See? In one of the management games, I was playing somewhere, Bangalore or somewhere, we had a group of, what is management, seminars and all that. It is a corporate spirituality. Because corporate world is living at a corporeal level. To bring out the corporate spirituality, the management seminars is a gimmick. I also play. So in that, we wanted to use the time effectively. That was one of the theme. Like last time, I remember here, we had a theme, time utilization skills to manage life. And after I spoke for, I can't forget that wonderful experience. I think Mukesh Bhai was also there. After hearing for 73, 75 minutes, I speak 1 CD data, not more than that. Therefore, I am telling you. So, after listening to that, a question came. What was the question? Swamiji, why your beard is white and hair are black? Time management skills. To manage your life or my hair. Such a mind is called as a kshipta mind. Kshipta means it is going in such a disorganized way where it is not required. How does it matter whether I have got a white beard or a black hair? How does it matter for you? Are you jealous or what? That could And what could be the reply to such a question? If you have seen, the cobbler sitting on the roadside, they never look at your beautiful face. They look at your shoes. Because they are cobblers. Those who look not at my beautiful face but my hair, who are they? Now tell me, is it worth talking to the barbarians? Now this is the trick of our mind. Our mind goes on sending uncalled for pops and we have no control over that. Such a mind is a big liability. It is necessary that we have to control this aspect. Unless we do that, we can never go further in life. I was in Chennai airport going to Sri Lanka for Ram Navami. Could there be a better joke than this? So I was waiting there about an hour or two, and by looking at us, people suspect spirituality. This is how we put on this dress. So they came, one person came, he said, "Excuse me, do you deal in meditation?" I said, "In wholesale." "Yes, what can I do for you?" His problem was, "Swamiji, I have been meditating for last 20 years, only small little problem, can you help me?" I said, "Yes, if it is small, I'll help." His small problem was, everything is perfect in meditation except the mind keeps on running. Now see, unknowingly we all know that we are the victims of our own mind. Be very attentive. Identified with the uncontrolled mind creates a virtual I. And this virtual I is a liability that we all carry with us throughout our life. Now to understand this point, I'll give another example. You all must have seen, or many of you must be in that category, there you must be having half a dozen brothers and half a dozen sisters. So the house is like a cricket team, You don't have to go outside to collect the fellows. Yeah, sufficient. At that time, the parents were not so much worried about the children's education. It used to happen many times. The husband will ask his own wife, "This is ours?" "Yes, third." So many of them. Now, hum do hamara adha adha. And as a result, both the parents are pumping their attention on that innocent, miserable child which is blooming into a beautiful bonsai. See? Because there is only one child with great difficulty, after a lot of fight, by God's grace. And then what happens? Now, my child's exams are there, Swamiji, I can't come for the lecture, I feel so bad. I said, "What happened? Which class?" "KG2. Now imagine, when the KG2 examination of the child makes the mother, who is quintal 2, a miserable one, that is called as the virtual I. So what is the virtual I? Getting identified with a limited conditioning and suffering because of this limited conditioning in an unlimited manner is called as the virtual I. See? So, the first condition of our mind is kshipta. It goes on running here and there. Now what is to be done about it? We'll go one by one. Only one thing has to be, you decide. That which doesn't concern us, we need not poke our nose. Make a vow to yourself. You must have seen in many houses, why houses anywhere, when two people are talking, the third person appears from nowhere. क्या हो रहा है? Why you should worry? This is general observation, you see. And this is only because he who doesn't have control over his tongue, can he have his control over his mind? Tongue is nothing but the grossified mind is tongue. See? When we are creating a poultry farm all around, inside there will be a hatchery. Non-stop going on. So decide first. That which does not concern us, we need not get involved into. Friends, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyoupajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi pari avatishtate. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, the highest achievement of human existence is cheerful disposition. That is all. Whether you have got money or no money, whether you have got wife or no wife, whether you have got business or no business, what matters in life is, are you happy or not? That is the most important thing. I was in Washington DC just before coming here, about 15 days before, and they have interviewed me for putting it on the TV. So the TV interview, the table and all set and everything. And that anchor there, he has prepared a lot of questions. And he said, Swamiji, I'll read out the questions to you before we shoot you properly. I said, I belong to that country where Lord Rama lived. He was so shocked. What happened? Why you are bringing Ram in between? Because in the USA, they call Ram as Ram. So, I told him, look here, Bhagwan Ramachandraji never shot the arrow twice. I said, if you read these questions to me now, I will not reply them before the camera. Every question is entertained only once. No, I thought it will help you to prepare. I said, you please prepare yourself what questions you are asking. Because you are touching fire, be careful. Then I told him, I said, do you have little knowledge about Hindi films? He said, yes, Swamiji, I am also of Indian origin. Archaeological data. So, I told him, do you know one Hindi song? हर सवाल का जवाब ही सवाल हो, एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूं. And then our interview started. And in that interview, he was so much perspired. Finally, he confessed, I have never had such an interview in my life when I am shattered. So I thank you, Swamiji, that you have shattered me into pieces. And this is how our interview concluded. I said, no conclusion. We have to conclude the way I want, not the way you want. You began, now I'll conclude. Okay, he was afraid. I said, now I'll tell, you repeat. What is that? Be happy. He said, all right. And his wife was there, very intelligent. Wives are normally intelligent. That's how they can handle the flowers. I will not say in Hindi. So, I said, be happy. That is my logo, you all know. Be happy. And he will also say, be happy. So I was not able to see him because he was side by. The camera only can see. So twice it happened. She said, no, Swami, it is not coming out properly. I said, your husband is miserable because of you. How can he say, be happy? You get out from here, he will be happy, without saying. Then she made one beautiful point. She said, Swamiji, you know what is wrong with him? You are telling, be happy. Your palms are open. What he is doing, be happy, is a tension. See, a happy man doesn't have the closed fist. They are the open fist, isn't it? Friends, keep your mind in such a manner that don't unnecessarily get involved into the whole world. The highest and the most valuable thing in the whole universe is your peace of mind. If you take on the scale, one side your peace of mind, right spelling please, your peace of mind, and the other side the whole universe, which is more important? Our peace of mind is important. And if this is understood, then the first principle, that kshipta, unwanted involvement in the whole universe, must be stopped. Very important. And for that, if you have to read newspaper, because many people don't get the vowels clear without they read the newspaper. Addiction. Therefore, after every 26 January, 15 August, there is a constipation problem in national. That is called as National Constipation Day. And you will see every day they will read the same useless news and get disgusted. Arey, laugh at it. If you ask me, the ideal, many people have these wrong notions. Today, we don't have proper leaders to get inspired from, like we had Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Who told you? There are hundreds of leaders. They do everything, yet they laugh. Don't you see how much level of corruption they have reached, yet they are so composed? If we learn from them, there is no reason that you react unnecessarily in this world and destroy your peace of mind. Two examples I'll give you. This happened in Bombay recently. We won the match in the last ball, isn't it? Cricket match. This happened in Bombay in one of my friend's house. That man was a very successful architect, age 65. And whenever the cricket match is there, he gets mad on everybody. Now they are playing there and he is mad here. And when it was coming to that last point, before the last ball was bowled, and he thought we are going to lose, and he died. Desha Prem. See, what a great devotion to the cricket Maiya ki jai. This kind of excitement is self-cultivated. If we have created this kind of vulnerable mind, we have to become strong. Then only the real I, the actual I will surface. So this is the kshipta mind. Second is the mood mind, another extreme. Kshipta mind is which is ready to comment and get disturbed by anything. Second is the mood mind. Mood mind is even if you take a screwdriver and put in the armpit, they won't laugh. It's called the mood. Absolutely dull-witted existence. About everything there is no charm in life. Gupta ji, how is life? Bhai, jinda hai. And you know the beauty of such people? They don't die. Now what is the use of such a Gupta who is jinda, he is not living, somehow he is pulling. Those who pull through life, they are having a pulled face. Therefore, friends, the second aspect of our mind to be taken care of. Now this is very important, how to do this. A very simple thing I'll tell you. Learn to take interest and joy in everything that you do. I am not giving you a mala in your hand. Normally Babaji's meet what? They put on mala in their neck and put one in your neck. Isn't it? Rudraksha mala, then Tulasi mala, and then Spatika mala, then Vaijanti mala. Somehow or the other. Now that mala for what you are laughing, I am not talking about that Vaijanti mala. I am talking about the Vaijanti mala which Lord Vishnu puts on. Oh, we never knew about it. See, I am not telling you that technique. A very simple technique. When you are taking food, enjoy every bite. Otherwise, after the food is over, hey, how was the food? What food? No, I have prepared dhokla. Did you prepare dhokla? Are you a Gujarati? Yes. I don't remember I have eaten. Are you a buffalo? Please understand. If you want to discover joy in your life, learn to take interest in every small little thing that you do. Very simple technique. Never do anything half-heartedly. Whatever you do, participate 100%. Before coming, there was one phone call which came. Ravindra Bhai gave me, Swamiji, there is somebody, a questionable personality asking you. So I said, all right. What is the question? Swamiji, in yesterday's talk of yours, that means it must be on TV. I don't know when I had talked what. How many blurbs can you remember? So, question was that you said Anubhav or experience is different than the memory or the smriti. I don't understand, please explain. I said, look here, it is so simple. Memory is always about the dead past. And experience is always in the absolute present. Be very attentive. If you want to have the joy of your life, what are the two words used? First is freedom from fear and freedom from attachment. Let us first take attachment. Whenever we are too much attached to our memories of the past, we refuse to be in the present. And when we refuse to be in the present, we have already demarcated our individuality conditioned by time. And such a conditioned individuality is bound to have fear. Fear can be eradicated only if you attain the status of infinite existence. See? And this is possible only by this simple technique. What is that technique? When you learn to enjoy and get involved fully in whatever you do, you are bound to be in the absolute present. For example, this is just an example. For example, you are listening to me. Therefore, I said this is an example. Now, instead of listening to me at this moment, if you go on remembering, but that time Swamiji came, he said like that, and now this time he is saying like that. So what is happening? You are here physically, but mentally you are in the past. And when you have gone in the past, that time a joke happens. And everybody laughs. But you are not present because you are in the past. Then your neighbor gets a kick. What happened? Isn't it? Because I can see from here, many times people get kicked. Kya ho gaya? Joke hua. Hai. You know the beauty? To laugh, you don't have to understand. On the contrary, those who understand, they never laugh. So when you take interest in whatever you do, you remain in the present. Friends, experience is always in the present. Anubhava is always in the Vartaman. And what we all do is only talk about the dead past. And the moment you go away from the present, you are lost in the past. Now what is our technique? Technique is narrow your existence to the present and ultimately dissolve it in the presence. Past is a tense. Future is a tense. When we live in the past and the future, we live in tenses and tensions. Joy is a tension-free, a stress-free existence. Freedom is absolute word. There is nothing like freedom from fear, freedom from attachment, freedom from wife, freedom from office, freedom from children. No. There is only thing called as freedom. And if you discover that freedom, then you will be happy in spite of your wife. That is real freedom. That is called as freedom. Meaning, when your actual I surfaces, and this actual I will surface when you are no more moved, somehow going through the life. But you are taking interest lively in every small little thing that you do. It is such a simple spiritual practice. Start your day in the morning. Beta, get up, you have to go to school. Mommy, I don't want to go to school. Come on, beta, get up. It is getting late. It's already 9 o'clock. 9:30 is your school. I don't want to go. There's all the strike and every nonsense thing going on in the school. But you have to go. But mom, why are you asking me again and again to go to school, go to school? Beta, because you are the principal. Now tell me, if there is a principal of this caliber who has to be bulldozed out by the mother to go to the school, tell me what will be the condition of that school? Therefore, please remember, begin your day with a view to live the best day of your life. You will be happy. Not like, the Monday morning sickness. You know that Monday morning sickness is a disease of horses discovered in England. When there were no horse powers in the automobiles, there were actual horses powering the movement of the human beings. So the people used to use the horses for either riding or the carts, etc. Now Britishers believe in taking rest. So Saturday and Sunday they don't work. They only sleep. So 2 days the horses are not doing anything, simply standing. As a result, all the lactic acid gets accumulated in their joints and muscles and it starts paining them. And Monday, when they are again broken to get into the activity, they start limping. So they discovered this is called as Monday morning sickness. After some time, they are all right. We have got every morning sickness. Again, morning has come. Again, I had to get up. And again, I had to go to office and sleep there. Why don't you allow me to sleep here? Like, see, why America is so progressive? Because there they are, you are allowed to work from office. And you are allowed to work from home. You know that? Yes. Why don't they allow here in India? Allowed to sleep in the office and also at home. Take this simple thing. Begin your day with all cheer and happiness. And remember, Every day is the last day of our life. We all die only today. Nobody dies tomorrow. And if today you are happy, you can never be miserable in life. But if you postpone your happiness, after my son gets education, and then he will be going to USA, because in India there is no education. And after he goes there, and then he will be highly qualified, and then he'll come back over here, and then I will see a beautiful girl in India, because India beautiful girls are hanging on the trees. So I'll pick one, and then I'll get married to him, and then I'll be happy. Recently this happened. One Guju couple came, old one. Swamiji, we have come to see you, specially only you. So others were there, Takliya all went. And now I was ready for all the eventualities. My life is full of challenges. And what was the challenge? Swamiji, see, what will you feel if your son gets married to an elderly lady with 2 children? I said, I'll be very happy. He must have read an advertisement. Buy one, take 2 free. That is the American philosophy. Many people tell me, Swamiji, you move throughout the world, why don't you start some marriage bureau? I said, I have already started. Who really? I said, you visit my website. There is one column called as MBA, Marriage Bureau of Anubhavananda. What is that? He who could not get married tried to get others married. And there we have got a slogan, select one, take 2 free. But that taking 2 free is compulsory, and as a result nobody takes one. See, please remember. Now when this person came and I said, look here, Papa, what is the age of your child, your son? 3 years, 3.5 years? No, Swamiji, he is 35. I say, at the age of 35, you want your son to get married to a girl from Kathiawad? What you want? You want your son to be happy? Yes. Is he happy by marrying to that girl? I don't know. I said, you do not know. Then you imagine that he is happy. If you have to imagine, why don't you imagine he is happy? Think. And suppose he is happy, why you are miserable? See? Very simple thing. Don't get unnecessarily caught up into this wrong line of thinking. No, but we have such a big, property, we have got such a big business, and what will happen to all that? I said, I am calling you Papa, Papa 10 times. I am ready to inherit all your property, don't worry. I said, the one who is available to you, you disrespect. And the one who is going away from you, you are running after that. Adopt me and be happy. See? This happens only because we are leading a very dull-witted life. Don't go on imagining the things. If this happened, that nothing has happened. If you are happy now at this moment, even God cannot make you miserable. And if you yourself postpone your happiness, even God cannot make you happy. So remove that moodhatva, that dull-wittedness, that we are living somehow, gam uthane ke liye main to jiye jata hu. Arre maro phir. Gam uthane ke liye. If you have to live for happiness. The highest sin, according to my understanding, the highest sin is to disrespect the divine bliss that we are. There is no other sin than this. So this moodhatva is non-recognition of our own source of happiness, joy. So get away from all the wrong notions. Now the third aspect is vimudha, the quality of our mind, vimudha. Vimudha is that mind which is specially full. Visheshena moodha is called vimudha. What is the special foolishness? Special foolishness is we are obsessed with something or the other. Obsession in life is the biggest hurdle in discovering happiness that you are. Don't be obsessed about anything. The world is like this. The other day one person came and he asked me, Swamiji, my son is in USA and he asked me question, I had no reply. So please tell me, then I will reply him. I said, I will tell you something, you will add your mirch masala and make a khichdi out of it. Let him talk to me directly. And his problem was, if God is everywhere, why there is so much of corruption and everything? Spirituality is so strong in India, then why the temples are dirty? If the Bhagavad Gita is giving such wonderful values, then why the politicians are corrupt? This was his question. I said, I don't answer foolish questions. See, it is something like, when somebody is a doctor, the other day it happened. One young doctor, age about 40 or 42, heart specialist in US, Chicago I was, and he collapsed and died. So I just went to see the dead body. He was not there. So on the way, my friend told me, Swamiji, see, he was a very nice person. He was a heart specialist. And how could he die because of the heart attack? I said, why heart specialists are not allowed to die with heart attack or what? There is a ban? These are foolish questions. And these foolish questions are born out of obsession. Please remember only one thing. In this world, it is you who have to decide whether you want to be happy or miserable. Bhagavan says in second chapter, I have got one commentary on Bhagavad Gita, one by one chapter it is coming. And my Bhagavad commentary is called as Mere Kanhaiya. Similarly, my Bhagavad Gita commentary is in Hindi and it is called as Common Sense Upanishad. All the 18 chapters will be coming with this. The second chapter has recently come out. And there, the whole philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is nothing but common sense. What Bhagavan says? First, common sense. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama apayina ataha anityaha tantitikshasva bharata. Any experience that you take in your life, good or bad, it is temporary. To become permanently miserable because of a temporary experience is the height of foolishness that human beings can scale. See? Then what is to be done? What cannot be cured must be endured. Nay. What cannot be cured should not be endured, then should be enjoyed. See? If you can convert your enduring ability into the enjoyment ability, you have learnt the art of living in joy. And this is exclusively a subjective phenomena. It cannot be transferred by touch. There is no contagion. You have to discover your own self. Now when these three obstacles of our miseries, the virtual reality is conquered in the fourth obstacle. And it is called as mind should be single-pointed ekagra chitta. Now here I differ totally. See, single-pointedness is always about something other than your own self. You can concentrate on a person, you can concentrate on a project, you can concentrate on a theme, You can concentrate on some design. You cannot concentrate on you. You can be aware about yourself. Therefore, concentration is the technique by which you exclude. Awareness is the technique by which you include. Include the whole world in your awareness. Then you discover the joy of living. And when this proportion of awareness increases in our life, then our life has a totally different fragrance. Our life will never be the same mundane existence. In technical terms, it is called as Rutambhara Prajna. Rutambhara Prajna means that understanding which is able to peep beyond the known frontiers of knowledge. Our mind can revel only in the available data. Our mind cannot go beyond that. But there is a faculty called as this Rutambhara Prajna, what Bhagavad Gita calls as Sthita Prajna Purush. So this Rutambhara Prajna is that faculty by which you are able to understand the silence. You are able to read the gaps between the words. If this faculty can be developed, you will come to know that this world is nothing but a solid mass of bliss. Miseries are only small little flickers here and there, and they are required. Even if you are a born Bengali, you will never be able to eat rasgulla all the time. You require chutney in between. In the same manner, all the experiences of life, be they relatively good or bad, they will cancel each other, and you will remain equanimous. And in that equanimity of your mind, your level of awareness increases. You know, Patanjali Yoga Darshan, in the last chapter, Kaivalyapad defines what is the meaning of liberation. There, Patanjali Maharshi says, liberation means what? When your mind is exactly as pure as the consciousness. Now here, I will give you a little more details. Mind is knowledge. Consciousness is knowledge. Mind is that knowledge where a sense of otherness and a sense of limitation is born. Consciousness is that knowledge where sense of otherness and the sense of limitation is not born. Be very attentive. It's a very deep subject. It is something like this. Suppose this is a mic. Now this is a mic, this knowledge is gathered through mind. How this knowledge is gathered? First step, this is a mic. Second step, I know this is a mic. Now this I-ness which is born after the perception of the mic is called as the sense of limitation. And the third thing, I am not the mic. So in this knowledge, the sense of not I-ness, meaning otherness, is born. This kind of knowledge will always create fear and attachment. We never have fear about ourselves. See, in the summer days you must have experienced, it is so hot and no electricity and it is so terrible. So you simply lie down directly on the floor and only lungi and the upper part of your body is just naked, and I don't know when evening is going so hot. And that time, seeing such a huge landing platform, when a cockroach comes and lands, a trial landing, That time what a fear, hey, what happened? And second thing, when your own heavy weight lands on your central province, Madhya Pradesh, that time you don't feel afraid. See the difference? Wherever there is a sense of otherness, there is a birth of fear. If we want freedom from fear, there's only one way. Transcend the knowledge at the level of mind and enter in the knowledge as consciousness. Now see. Now what is the difference between the knowledge gained through consciousness and knowledge gained through mind? Knowledge gained through consciousness creates differences. The knowledge gained through mind talks of differences. The knowledge gained through mind is supporting differences. The knowledge gained through mind is a cause for disintegration. The knowledge gained through consciousness sees oneness, eliminates differences, and establishes integrity. For example, when I am looking at you all, I can talk about differences at any length. There are some gents, there are some ladies, differences. There are some young, there are some old differences. There are some beautiful, there are some awful differences. All differences. But what consciousness will tell? All are alive. And to whom I am addressing? Am I addressing to you as a man or a woman, young or old, educated or not educated, beautiful or awful? No. I am addressing to the consciousness. Be very attentive. And the one who is addressing is also the consciousness. Be very, very attentive. If I as a consciousness address to you as a consciousness, there will be an immediate rapport. There will be no misunderstanding. There will be joy. There will be love. There will be mutual trust. There will be enjoyment of our mutual company. Because the differences are erased and the oneness is established. Friends, to discover joy, what is required is to transcend the limitations of the mental vibrations and get established in the consciousness. And for that purpose, we have gone through the various stages of mind. The Kshipta, the Moodha, the Vikshipta, the Ekagra, and now the fifth one, Niruddha, the last one. Why should we stop the thinking process? Now here is one point where Vedanta Shastra differs from the Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Patanjali all the time talks about suspension of the thinking process. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the other extreme. Yoga according to Bhagavan Sri Krishna is, and that is the message today. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam sa nishchayena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvinna chetasa. Refusal to be miserable in spite of the miseries around is called as yoga. See? Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga. When the miseries arrive in your life, viyoga, you don't become miserable. That is called as the yoga. See? Whether you are sitting in a Padmasan, whether you are sitting in a Bhujangasan, whether you are sitting in a Ushtrasan, whether you are sitting in a Matsyasan, all animal asan. No. There is also one Manushyasan, which is that Shavasan. Isn't it? It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you happy or not? That is important. Please keep this bottom line in your life. Every day you begin. Today is the last day of my life and I am going to celebrate. Make it a point insisting. And when you conclude your day, offer everything to the Lord, like selling the horses and going to sleep. If you are able to do these two things. One person asked me this question. स्वामी जी आप किस चक्की का आटा खाते हो? So I told him, I said, our technique is very simple. If you observe two physiological norms, you are leading a spiritual life. First physiological norm, you should have good hunger. You don't have to take the appetizer. Second thing, you should be able to sleep whenever you want except in the lecture. There was a lecturer like me, and after he finished his lecture, all were awakened. Because during the lecture, all were sleeping. So, if these two things can happen, then you are fearless and you have no attachment. You know, those who cannot go to sleep, what happens? Not able to go to sleep is because you are holding on to something. Something or the other is bugging you. The best way is respect your food and respect your sleep. You will remain extremely happy in your life. Never, never underestimate these two functions in life. But normally what we do, no, this is Purushottam Mass, I don't eat food, and that is then, there is another Mass, and therefore I don't eat. And whole day not eating food, then eating the head of the people in the house. Why don't you take food straight away? So the simple formula, keep your stomach full, head empty. You will be very happy in life. Don't torture yourself. So the last, Niruddha, no, don't stop the process of thinking. Learn to enjoy every moment of your life. You know, there are, another book unfortunately I don't have. In that book we have enumerated at the end about 31 common sense sutras. And one of the common sense sutra is from Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Such a solid philosophy, when the Mahatmas talk, you feel better I don't study Bhagavad Gita. Now the same philosophy tells, we existed before the body was born, we continue to exist after the body dies. Then what is the use of the present life? Time pass. Just watch your mind, watch your life. We are doing nothing but time pass. And whenever you go for a time pass on the sea beach with mungfali in the hand, you don't become philosophical, isn't it? You just enjoy. Please remember, don't become too serious in life. There is no reason. If you look at Bhagavan Sri Krishna, one day one person became very angry when I was referring Bhagavan Sri Krishna, probably he was allergic. And he said, you are all the time telling Bhagavan, what God kind of God is he who got married 16,108 wives? So I said, look here, are you married? He said, yes. How many wives? One. Are you happy? I said, don't reply, I understood. Then I told him, after marrying 16,108 wives, he was still happy. Only God can be, not a human being. See? If you are keeping your mind cool, nothing in this world will disturb you. Most important thing. You will never become unnecessarily serious. Make issues out of small little things. Other time, example I'll give you. The other day, one news came, long time back, about 4 or 5 years before. One Swami from South got married to some girl. And this is the kind of news we like. Isn't it? Suppose you get a news that the whole India was calm and quiet, there was no disturbance everywhere and other. What time of, vegetarian paper, eh? We want some chatak patak mirch masala. So when this kind of news came, one lady came with the newspaper and I was going for my lecture. Swamiji, I had to tell you something. I said, nothing, I am going for my talk. I had no interest in anything. Shall I join? I said, sit down. She sat in the car, we went for the lecture. After lecture was over, that virus was troubling her. And after that, again she said, Swamiji, now can I ask you? I said, my God, you are not listening to me, holding on to that question. No, Swamiji, I am listening to you, but then the question is still important for me. I said, all right. What is that? She showed. I read. So and so Swami got married to so and so. So I said, yes, one Swami got married. So I kept it down. What do you have to say? Her question. I said, Amma, if you have come with a proposal, no. How simple. Otherwise, make a big issue out of it, You should, respect the Swamis and you have no concern about talking them, or else you go on condemning. These days, any Tom, Dick and Harry puts on the clothes and becomes a Swami. The whole institution has gone to dogs. Therefore, our religion is going to dogs and I am one of the dogs. Don't make life serious. There is nothing in this world worth bargaining with your joy of life. Another principle, very important, common sense principle. Those who become miserable because of anything or anybody, they are fools of the highest order ever born. Do you mean all of us? Don't cooperate with the miseries. Stand apart. See, all your fears will disappear. Attachment will disappear. A happy man alone is free from desires and free from fears and free from attachments. If somebody is having some kind of fear, I am sitting over here and pata nahi, mera boss bhi yahan ke tapka hai. Now that boss is also there and now I am sitting there all the time. Oh God, why did he has to come here? Let him die immediately. But he is not dying. God never listens to my prayer. And here everybody is happy, laughing, but this fellow is having a fear. I don't know if I laugh loudly, what he will think. He will think you are wise. Wise people alone laugh. Otherwise understand. And those who are happy, they never understand. And those who understand, they never are happy. They are happy only in understanding. Samajh mein aa gaya. What next? See, please discover this joy that you are. And once you develop this faculty, what is this faculty now? We have gone beyond these 5 principles. The kshipta, disturbed mind, The moodha, the dull-witted mind, no interest in life. The third, vikshipta, obsessed mind. Fourth, ekagra, unnecessarily concentrating on the world. Be aware more than being concentrating. And the fifth, don't be afraid of thoughts. Play with the thoughts. Enjoy. That is the purpose of our life. You know, one day, Brahmaji was sitting with his four heads, with the four hands like this. Brahmani came. He said, "Hey, honey, what's wrong with you?" So, Brahmaji said, "I don't know. I have created the whole world, but I don't feel fulfillment in creation. I have created the inanimate kingdom. I have created the plant kingdom. I have created the animal kingdom. But I am not satisfied that I have done something really good. Therefore, I am frustrated. Shall I tell you something?" He started looking at her from all the foreheads. Like, the crow. You must have seen crow, he sees only with one eye. What is there? And then like this. He can't see with both eyes. Brahmani has got the same problem. So, he started looking at her and he said, "Now you have to teach me how to create." Brahmani said, "Even a dead clock gives correct time twice a day. I am a living wife. Okay, tell. Why don't you create somebody just like you with one head?" With four head, I know what problem it is. With one head. And then Brahmani said, "Hey, you are a genius." He said, "I may be genius, but I did make mistake." What? Marrying you. So, Brahmaji created man in his image. And what is the difference in the creation of human being and all other creation? It is only in the human beings alone that the divinity can manifest in its complete glory. No other creation has this faculty. If you see the crows, right from the time of Treta Yuga, that Jayant, who has, beaten Sita Amma's feet, and then Bhagavan Ramchandra has to take one grass blade and then throw him through some kind of a laser rays, and it was a problem for him. That time the crows were constructing the nest out of the hard sticks. Now also the same way. No change. Cows were vegetarian right from time of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Now also they are vegetarian. But it is only human beings alone who can expand. The ability to expand is divinity. See how beautiful. Out of one rice, idli, dhokla, dosha, uttapam, papadam, murukku, there is no end. Out of one rice, out of one wheat, so many things are created. This ability to expand in a huge manner is the divinity in us, and you will see that whenever you create something, there is a joy. Therefore, experiencing the joy is living in a creative manner. When I was coming here, I think Sunil Bhai told me. I said, "Come." He said, "No, there won't be place up there. I will stand here and watch." And I really enjoy. Our AMA has come up so well. See? Why your AMA is the best in the whole country? Because it is not limited to only the corporeal world. It is embracing the whole aspect of human existence. This expansion is joy. Otherwise, you will see many institutions. As they are born, they continue to be the same bonsai throughout their life. And like the circus tambu, when the main pillar goes, everything is flat. This ability to discover joy and bliss is our own speciality. Let us discover that. And once you discover that, result will be, you will be free from freedom. A happy man is never afraid. A person working under fear cannot laugh. He is all the time afraid. A person who is attached to something is always full of fear. If that goes away, what will happen? People will be happy. The other day, one man came and very frustrated, and he came. Probably I attract such people. He came and he said, Swamiji, I am so much worried. I don't know what will happen after I die to my wife and my children, my business. I said, they'll be happy. No. I said, how do you say they will not be happy? On the contrary, they are waiting. Why are you delaying? You always delay. Then I told him, I said, look here, when I do not remain, my wife has no existence. When I is not there, my children have no existence. When I is not there, my property has no existence. And this I, we have not discovered which I. Whether the virtual I, the actual I. Now here is a choice given to us, two boxes. Select. You are a virtual I, you are an actual I. And if you select that you are a virtual I, so all the junk mail of the world will be directed to you. Then don't complain, because you have given your choice. And if you are selected that you are the actual I, then you are a challenge to the world. Try to make me miserable. See? Give challenge to the world. Try to make me miserable. When you refuse to be miserable, you have won the battle. And friends, this can happen only when you have gone beyond the limitations of the mind, these 5 stages. Therefore, don't waste your time in meditation. All those who meditate, they are suffering silently. If you have to suffer, suffer publicly. One day, I'll tell you small incidents and close. There's a friend of mine, very celebrated doctor from north, and this worm has gone in his head. And somehow he caught hold of me somewhere from my phone number, and he said, Swamiji, I want to come to Bombay and meet you. I said, please don't come. Protect me from you. Then I said, I am coming to Delhi. You are nearby Delhi. Come and meet me there. He came. Afterwards, the next day I was going to go to Badrinath. I said, I am going to Badrinath. He said, I want to join. I said, there is no place in our bus. If you want to take your car, you follow. He came. I never knew who is that person. And he was just silently following. After our darshan of Badrinath Bhagwan, we went to that Ganesh Gufa and Vyasa Gufa. All the people were climbing and I was watching from a distance. I said, I will not climb, I have already gone. And I have seen Vyasa Bhagwan and Bhagwan Ganeshji. I had nothing to talk. My topic is over. You go. Now this person, he is not going. I said, why are you not going? He said, I have come for you. I have not come for Ganeshji or Vyasji. I want to ask you a question. You please reply me. I said, all right, what is that? I was caught on the bank of Saraswati. He may push me. So I said, what is that? Swamiji, I want to have Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Without that, I will not leave you. I said, when you say you want Nirvikalpa Samadhi, do you understand the meaning? Suppose a small girl sees her sister getting married. And then she says, okay, I also want to get married to Papa. Please get me married to Papa. So what we will think about that girl? Now you just brush that question, isn't it? Okay, let's have chocolate first, then we'll get married. She will never understand even if you talk to her in the same manner. You're talking about Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Do you understand? What is Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Vikalpa means Vastu Shunya Vikalpaha. Now what is the Vikalpa? Vikalpa is options in English. What are the options? Whether you are a body, whether you are a soul, or whether you are the absolute reality. These are the three options. Now we are all in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. At this stage, we have no doubt that we are the body. So we are in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And then you get on the spiritual path. Why? Because this world has kicked you sufficiently. Then we start in search of soul. Swamiji, what happens after death? We'll burn you. No. This was asked in Pilani recently. One young boy came. Swamiji, what happens after death? So the second option is we are the soul. And when you start living as a soul, you are lost in your whole life only in sin and merit, merit and sin. Whole life, you do this thing, you go to heaven, you go this thing, you go to hell, and you forget after going there whether I had to go to hell or heaven. Because you are all alone. Now the third option is that you are the absolute reality. Now you select one and work for that. That is called as Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Don't imagine suspension of thought is the freedom from thought. No. Here the word used is freedom. Freedom from thought is in the presence of the thoughts do not bind you. That is freedom. Freedom from the vehicle is what? That you sit in the car and you drive the car doesn't drive you. Or if you say, no, I have parked my car in the garage for last 30 years and it is under my control, you are a Dumbo. You have to move the car very much on the road and yet keep it under control. In the same manner, this instrument of thoughts given to us by the Lord, use it dynamically, keeping it under control. You have attained everything in life. And what is that? Be happy. That is the only thing that is at our disposal. If you refuse, continue where you are. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.